The Bowling Hall of Fame and Museum preserves bowling's unique and colorful past. Here, visitors can trace bowling's roots from ancient Egypt to the modern game enjoyed by millions worldwide. With 3 levels and 50,000 square feet of space, there are a wide variety of displays and exhibits that bring this sport to life.
All of the PS1 games I've got lined up to review for the next few weeks. I haven't even got one extreme sports game. So I thought I'd play 10 Pin Alley, released for the Sony PlayStation, Sega Saturn and Windows. I will be covering the PlayStation port, released in North America on November 30th, 1996, June 10th of 1997 in Europe, and finally in Japan on July 31st of that same year, released under the title Virtua Bowling. No relation to the Japanese arcade game of that same name and year. So many bowling games, so little fucks to give. Every bowling game will inevitably be compared to Wii Sports, here, now, and in the foreseeable future. For not only Wii Sports being one of the most popular video games ever made, it's also inarguable that any other game has done bowling better. But despite Wii Sports featuring the best bowling game and featuring typically charming and whimsical presentation by Nintendo, there is something to be said for games which focus upon one simple, very specific sport, who try to expand beyond that niche as far as possible with presentation that makes you go, hey, this is not just golf, it is everybody's golf. Because I would like to teach the world to golf and then clap in perfect harmony. The presentation is knowingly kitsch, charmingly Midwest even, with the main menu screen featuring the flickering neon sign being every bit of the vaporwave icon that it never was. There is even a video about all of the wonders of bowling or some shit. 10 Pin Alley even gives you a roster of playable characters, each with their own unique skill set, all of which have changeable hair, clothes and skin colour. You have an option of 3, count them, 3 different bowling alleys, as well as an option of 3 styles of background music: rock, lounge, or my favourite, off. Simply put, 10 Pin Alley's presentation is everything you would expect from a Simpsons parody of a 90s bowling game. Controls and mechanics is what's going to make and break 10 Pin Alley in terms of its replayability in 2022. Because for as wonderbread 90s the game feel is, it has one job to do, just one job, and if it doesn't do that job well, then what use is this game to anyone? Are we heading towards a lag-filled disaster, or are we in for a tight, responsive bowling simulation? Why am I asking you? There's an ancient boomer saying goes where only a bad craftsman blames his tools. That does not apply to me playing 10 Pin Alley because 1, I didn't make the damn thing. Secondly, when your only tools are a slider with this camera angle, 2 timed button inputs, 3 if you include spin, with a differing meter gauge locked to the character model, your only reference point, and your work is bowling, then I have to ask you, why in the hell does 10 Pin Alley play like every golf game not released on the Wii? I mean, bowling is just golf, I guess, only using the full length of your arm instead, as is always preferable in any circumstance. Anyway, for a simulation of such a casual sport, the game is super unintuitive. And because I couldn't be bothered to read the manual, I struck out almost every time. This is rare footage of me doing a strike. The only one I achieved in my 2 hours of gameplay. Even if I read the manual, I would imagine it still plays like shit. I am blaming the game this time, and I just do not care. I'd rather go cousin bowling than play this janky mess again. It is always fascinating for me to travel down the library less travelled, such as pre-2006 bowling games. There are more of them than you think, and I doubt many of them are worth remembering. These doubts only reinforced by my experience with 10 Pin Alley, not one of the worst PlayStation games ever made, because it did pass for 1996, as the positive contemporary reviews show. I mean, what else did it have for competition? No, more 10 Pin Alley is one of the most obsolete games I've ever played. Wii Sports, several of its shovelware ripoffs, and even GTA 4's minigame make for a more authentic experience than these golf game mechanics coupled with its frugal, though knowingly corny presentation. Of course, if you played it back when there weren't several superior ways to get your 710 split fix, it might still hold some value to you. To everyone else, I would say avoid this clunker. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. And goodbye.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.